Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. We've got comics. So let's get right into it. First off, I want to show off a comic I'm very happy to have. It's actually a graphic novel, and that's The Rocketeer by Dave Stevens. This is the first print. Very happy to have this, and I'll tell you why. Most of you already know I'm a big Rocketeer fan. Love Dave Stevens' art. I've always kind of been a Rocketeer fan anyway, and as a kid I enjoyed the movie, and the artwork. His artwork is just amazing. This has a fantastic foreword by it as well, so if you get a chance to read this book, definitely check out the foreword. Don't sleep on that. Very, very good artwork. The whole thing's very well done. It says all 5 chapters. But as some of you know, there's actually about 8 chapters. So this stops at the basic original story, and then he kind of continues the story on to New York and LA. So prior to the New York and LA adventures, this is the basic story, okay, that starts that off. So good stuff. I hope y'all get a chance to check this out. It's magazine sized. Just fantastic art. Like I said, a great forward. Everything about it's really, really good. So I highly recommend you picking this up if you get a chance. I own all the chapters in their original comic form. But it's often said, when you hear about the Rocketeer, they often say based on a graphic novel. This is the graphic novel they're talking about. However, this graphic novel is actually more of a trade, and it collects the original chapters as found in the other comics, like Star Slayer 2 and 3, and then Pacific Comic Presents, and so forth and so on. So there you go, Rocketeer by Dave Stevens. Fantastic, fantastic book. Got it at a great deal at an LCS, so super happy with that. Alright, next we're going to show off a couple of kind of reprint retellings here. So we have the Dark Phoenix Saga presented by Classic X-Men, or X-Men Classic, number 39. I picked this book up. I have the, actually this will be like my 3rd version of this story. So I have the original. Of course, this depicts Wolverine's kind of first solo story. So that's what this is. So it reprints that from the X-Men comics. However, I have that book. I also have a Marvel Legends reprint of that book, which has the same cover, but this has some more kind of original artwork, and it's just really, really cool. I just love the way that that's done. It's just tough, man. It's so good. This has one heck of a printed binding. Look where the staple is on that. Look at all that white from there all the way up, and then it meets to being almost exactly on the black in the corner there. So it probably doesn't show up very well on the camera, so I'll put my finger beside it, but there's the edge of the book, and look at that white just gapping out, man. There's a staple. That's amazing. That's about the worst cut book I've seen in a long time, so, but still happy to have that. Didn't notice it until after I got it in the Mylar, and they say the Mylar hides the defects. Alright, next we got X-Men Classic 77, a classic Adam Hughes cover. This was a little bit before his big Adam Hughes craze, and it's a nice play on the original cover for this story, where it's kind of reversed, where she's creeping up behind Wolverine. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Look at Rogue when she's a bad guy. Always got that short hair, you know. Never trust a woman with short hair in the comics. They're usually bad. And then when they want to make them good, they just give them long hair. And they say, oh, she's better now. She doesn't feel like she used to, so everybody don't worry. So there you go. Speaking of women in comics, we got Betty and Veronica. We got Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica number 75. So there's kind of an early one. Really, all the ones that are under 100 are a nice little run to pick up. So this is just on the cusp of when they started to change into the more cartoony look for the characters. So this still has some of that Golden Age feel. Of course, it's Silver Age, but it's got some of that Golden Age feel still, or early Silver, if you will, with Betty and Veronica, how they were drawn. And then, of course, later it becomes more Saturday morning cartoonish type drawings, which still have funny taglines and funny stories and some good art too. But I really do enjoy this art style better, and of course the even older ones than this as well. So it says, notice how the Earth females like to isolate themselves and make strange noises. And then they're laughing. And there you go. So, and chances are they're both talking to Archie. So there's no word bubble there, but there's a good chance they're both trying to get a hold of Archie, or maybe they're talking to each other. Who knows? So there you go. Archie's Girls Betty Veronica number 75. And last, and definitely not least, for me anyway, is that these Planet Comics, man, you just can't get away from them. If you're watching my videos, I hope none of you have been infected by the bug that I have collecting these, because then I got competition out there. So, but this is a cover that I've wanted for a while. It was on my top of the list there for a while too. I've missed out on it a couple of times, so here it is. Planet Comics number 50. It's an excellent copy of this book. Has 2 chips here and here. Other than that, it's in great shape and complete. So I'm happy with that. So there you go. Planet Comics number 50. Another 10 center. I'd say this is probably a Doolin cover. So Joe Doolin. And so there's a little bit to unpack here. Got the Earth in the background, which is something that you don't see a lot of times. They are stories that are taking place on other planets and other worlds, and then you'll have crash landing to Earth. You see a lot of that, but you don't see too often the actual Earth drawn. So that's pretty cool. So I like that, or what I suspect is the Earth. Sure looks like it. And then you're inside the cockpit of the ship, and you see the Earth there. Also, the guys don't tend to be this well developed. They're usually in the background, or the bad guys are more featured. So in this case, I like that he was very well fleshed out, looks normal. And her, man, what can you do about those bangs? That's terrible. I don't care for her hair in this one, but other than that, great little kind of bikini looking outfit. Always ready for battle. She's got the gun in her hands, and that great skeleton hand holding the gun out. That is tough. And of course, look at those long stems. Very nice. She's wearing her, galaxy chanclas. So that's pretty cool. And the only thing, one of the things I love the best about this cover are those accelerator pedals. Look at that. It's in the shape of a foot. I mean, that's just awesome. Like they took the time to draw an actual foot shape for a pedal. So the attention to details on these things are just great. I just love them. Pilot and co-pilot, and they both have the pedals. There's another piece of the pedal there. So it's just really, really cool. I just love it. These Planet Comics have really, really got my focus right now. I'm enjoying picking them up. I've got a bunch so far. There's only 73 in the run, so they're not hiding from me at this point. So hope y'all are enjoying watching me pick these up, because I just can't stop. So here we go. They made it into another haul. And I'm telling you, if the U.S. Postal Service has anything to do with it, there'll be at least one more in the next haul too. So there you go. That's my haul. Hope y'all enjoyed that, and we'll catch you next time on BUB'S Comics. Read a comic. Bye.